Welcome back, everybody, to Small Biz on Business Monday here at GoLocal Live. Josh Fenton back with Asher Schofield, retailer, entrepreneur extraordinaire, master of both frogs and toads. You have it all going on. You started one of the most innovative shops in Rhode Island, up on Hope Street. How long ago?
Wow, Josh, first of all, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And thanks for having me here. We opened up in 2001.
2001.
Which that plus the gray hair in my beard makes me an old man now.
And by the way, 2001 was not the height of the economic boom. That was pretty much dot-com bust. The rent was cheap, but the economic opportunities may not have been at the highest level.
It was easily the worst possible year to open up a small business. But
oh, come on, '09 might have been worse.
I don't know. We had I hate to even mention it now, but we had September 11th happen that very year, and six months into our business that happened, and just if anybody remembers, it felt like nobody knew what tomorrow was going to bring.
Yeah,
it was a very
absolutely.
very scary time.
I remember before launching GoLocal, I had an ad agency, and in November there was a big trade show for one of my clients down in November, and really the concern was no one would show up. And this was a major technology trade show in America, down in the Philadelphia trade show facility, and folks did. It was kind of the first indication that people were poking their heads up out of the hole. But a very, very distressed time and a very concerning time about being an American. Since then, you've had a lot of success. It's grown and grown. You've become kind of an institution up on Hope Street and kind of led the revival of that whole merchant area, the Rochambeau, down to whatever it is, 5th or 6th Street kind of area.
Well, those are kind words again. I mean, I can't take full credit.
Oh, take
obviously.
full credit.
Okay, I'll take
Who's
it.
going to argue with you? Citizens Bank?
We've been very lucky to be in that neighborhood since our inception. I mean, it's a great community, very supportive, and a lot of really, really wonderful businesses. And I have to credit all of the businesses on that street for coming together and really seeing the common good and working together as entrepreneurs. We started a merchants association about 10 years ago that's been very, very productive in terms of making that area a destination and a lot more vibrant and interesting and desirable for people to go to. And we've definitely seen the benefits from having to do so.
And cool street art and all sorts of neat signage, interesting ripped up bus stops. I mean, kind of has it all going on.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, a lot of that stuff came about from our Merchants Association, and that goes to speak to if you are organized and invested in your community, you can do stuff like that.
Right.
There's grant money out there to do it, and if you have the vision, it's easy.
And you don't have to wait for government to do it for you. You can kind of be the initiator of it and bring them along as the partner. You've expanded. Talk a little bit about the expansion.
Yeah, the expansion's been really exciting. We are a Providence business first and foremost, always will be. And so when the opportunity came to have a second location right here in the same city, we jumped at it. We are now also on the west end of Providence, right next to White Electric Coffee and across the street from Classical High School. Really, really cool community. A lot of young people, and we've gotten a great response. A lot of support for us having opened there, and it's been a lot of fun. So
right around the corner from you is Big King. Just got written up in GQ magazine as one of the 50 top new restaurants in America.
Absolutely.
Who would have thunk that?
I would have. I'm a huge fan of James's food. He's a great guy. He's socially conscious.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying who would have thought that a restaurant located there would be one of the hottest restaurants in America?
It's a good, well, I mean, I'd like to know who was so keyed in and in tune that they knew to pay attention to that area. That's a good point.
And then, of course, you have to put it in the context of it's where North used to be, near where the Almax was, I guess, kind of thing. Well, what's the secret to, we're in this age of Amazon. I'll give you our most recent retail frustration. We needed sneakers. We go out to buy sneakers. They, of course, don't have sneakers at a sneaker store. I won't say who the sneaker store is, but they really didn't have any sneakers.
Okay.
And what do? You turn around, you go home, and you punch up Amazon, you click the Prime button, and you get it 48 hours later. Right. You tried, you made your best. How have you been so successful in not only combating the Amazon factor as a retailer, but also driving it into having unique things and being successful?
Well, that's a really, really important question. And first of all, I'm glad to see you solve your sneaker problem. So, it's 2019 is not an easy year to be a brick and mortar retailer. There's no secret there. For me, what's been important has been diversifying what we do. Having more than one location has been helpful for that. We also started our own line of greeting cards and accessories that we sell wholesale to other stores similar size to mine around the country. I think just working more on your marketing, your social media, and exploring new forms of advertising is important, but definitely being nimble. That's one thing that I think small businesses really need to take advantage of is being agile out there. Because you are small, you're able to make quick adjustments and work to stay vital even when the market is so volatile now.
A big part of it, I see it in your story, is that there's a personal touch, there's a personal relationship. Your team's well informed, they know what the products are, they know where to find it, they know where to order it, they know whatever to do. That used to be brick and mortar's advantage in the early days over online. Now online shopping tools are so good, and big chains have cut back staffing that you're lucky to find someone in the retail location, let alone somebody who knows. For you, that creates a huge opportunity for you to kind of run right up the middle. And for folks that are generally going in, they're not buying a pure product. I can't test what this sneaker costs at your place versus buying it on Amazon. Oh my God, that card is so beautiful. I want it and need it to give it to my sister.
Right. Yeah, I think you have to view yourself as being a part of the service industry, to your point. Like, you're not just providing a product, you need to provide a service as well. So somebody's maybe easily going to be able to find something similar on the internet, but they're not going to be able to get the same service, get it gift wrapped, get that personal touch of picking out the right thing for your needs. And additionally, too, I think that with your locally owned independent shops, you're more likely to find something that you can't find elsewhere in the world. You're only going to be able to get that thing in that store. So for example, for me, here we are in Providence. I've got the benefit of this amazing arts community that we have here in Providence. I can find locally made art, ceramics, you name it, that supports our community here, but is also going to further my best interests of having that unique quality to our store.
And you are a capitalist, correct?
Absolutely, 100%.
Where's the drone delivery? Where are you in developing the drone delivery? But I say it in jest, but I do say it realistically. Everybody's going to transform over these next few years in ways that they've really never thought about before. The union workers at Stop and Shop may have won the battle on Easter Sunday, but the long-term prospects for being in a brick and mortar, 40,000 square foot, big building is probably not that great. You're already seeing automation and robotics enter into that space. How do you take advantage of those things? And do you see maybe a third location, maybe a fourth, or do you see other ways of serving the community?
Well, I mean, I think you've touched on something really important, and that's, people are the really important thing. Serving the community is serving the people. That means giving good customer service, but also employing the people. I've already taken the anti-artificial intelligence pledge. You will not be having self-checkout at Frog and Toad. You will not be having drone delivery. We can make arrangements to get it there by a person. And we also try and take really good care of the people that we have working for us. They're like family to us. And I think that when you come shopping at a small mom and pop store, you're going to get that impression from the people working there that they're going to feel valued and they're going to want to take good care of you. So that's really important. And then in terms of expansion, right now I've got my hands full with our second location, the third or fourth. Maybe down the road we'll see.
Yeah, Newport's beautiful this time of year.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah, we're big advocates of Newport. We cover Newport a lot. We think about Newport a lot. We write about them. What do you see for those who might be thinking about opening up a retail store? What's your kind of advice to them about the future and what they should be planning towards?
Well, I think, touching on that point earlier about really diversifying what you do, focusing on being in the service industry is important as well, and really doing your homework. You know, my wife and I, when we opened up, we were a couple kids out of college that we had, you know, an art major and an English major in our back pocket, and that was really it.
Neither one of you were Harvard Business School grads.
That 100% sure, yes, absolutely. So I think just doing your homework and educating yourself the best you can to the area that you're going to be working in is important, and then also just researching how to do simple things like how to make a really good business plan and getting yourself acquainted with a little bit of the day-to-day operations that you'll be having.
You worked with Commerce RI on this growth, this expansion. Talk a little bit about that experience. Feel free to talk about them not returning your phone calls, the delays, the bureaucracy, any of those things.
I have nothing but good things to say.
Oh,
yeah, I really,
cannot
it's true.
stand
It's true.
it.
Oh my God, they're awesome.
Oh God.
No, we had such a great experience doing the small businesses program, and you know, prior to doing that program, we were a one-trick pony. We were a brick and mortar retail store on the corner. Since then, like I said, we've got a national wholesale greeting card line. We've got over 300 stores that are stocking our products.
That's
We've got
great.
2 locations. So we've really grown as a consequence of doing that program. And before I did it, I didn't know how to write a business plan. So when the opportunity did come where we could buy our own commercial space right here in the city,
Right.
having done the program, I knew how to write an incredible business plan and get that financing from the bank to own our own commercial property, which is, you know, made all the difference in the world for our security here as a business.
That's great. Asher, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me, Josh. I really
Keep us
appreciate
up to date. Send us a press release or updates to your business plan. We love hearing about the success, and we try and write as much about Providence as we can possibly fit on the internet. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you, Josh.
Stay
Thank you
right
so much
here.
for having me.
We're
Keep
going to
up
be
the good work.
back at 4 o'clock with Gary Sass, the money man, talking state budget, city budget, what's going on with lottery revenue, and we'll also touch on what's going on in D.C. with the Trump administration. Everybody, thanks for tuning in.